Hey troops, it's GeneralJSmith here, otherwise known as Josh, with, unfortunately, probably my last 2014 winter set review. And today it is the Kashyyyk Troopers. It doesn't actually say Battle Pack, it just says Kashyyyk Troopers. But anyway, set number 75035, ages 6 to 12, comes with 99 pieces, which is actually one less than the Death Star Trooper Battle Pack. And the retail price is £12 or $13. So, yeah. Well, this is debatably the best set of the entire line, you know, taking into consideration the price, the amount, price for like the figures you get and the way you can build your army and just all these different things. The set itself isn't actually that good. It's not particularly useful. I suppose you maybe ought to use the pieces. But anyway, we'll get more into that later. Right, so, as you can see, it's still in the box. If you haven't watched my videos before, basically what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a very quick speed build or little whatever down here, then I'll do the actual review of it. This actually probably should have been like one of the first things I did, but unfortunately it was like one of the last things I got through the post, hence why it is the last review I'm doing. So it's kind of ironic, you know. Possibly the best set, and probably the first one I should have done, however, is the last one I'm doing. But anyway, so, yeah. I'm not sure if I'll do the microfighters. I don't know. I've done the Clone Turbo Tank microfighter, so you can go check that out. The rest of them, the figures I do think on most of them are unique. However, they're not particularly useful. I suppose some of the figures might be kind of cool to have. The sets aren't really useful in any way. Well, apart from pieces maybe. I'm not sure. They are cheap. They're £9 each. However, nonetheless, I'm not sure about buying them. Please leave in the comments if you want me to get them. I may consider it if, some people ask me to. But I don't know, because I want to more spend my money on getting more of the battle packs, for example, this one. But anyway, so let's get into actually building the set. So, for the last time, let's do this. Alright, so I am back. Yeah, so, good build. Quite small little set. I didn't really expect anything bigger. Unfortunately, I can't compare this to the Turn 10 Swamp Speeder because I do not have that, actually. Which I did, but, I'm not a massive fan of the design. It's an alright set, but, yeah. Anyway. So obviously this Swamp Speeder isn't size accurate, but because it is a battle pack, it's only £12, it only comes with 99 pieces, so, I don't really expect something the size of the Turn 10 one. But, nonetheless, still cool. I suppose the pieces you can use in different places. I'll get onto why this doesn't have any guns right there in a moment. But yeah, so I suppose let's commence with my last review of the 2014 line until at least the summer sets. So yeah, on to the figures. These figures are unbelievably awesome. Okay, first one we get is I think it's just a normal clone trooper in sort of camo. It's these clone troopers which are the 41st Elite Corps Troopers, and these ones, technically speaking, these troopers never existed. This particular version of the armor was never customized for this sort of camo printing or anything. They only did it with the other trooper. However, I am so glad LEGO did this. It is so awesome to have. This is so one you can use on, like if you're doing a Kashyyyk mock or just any sort of jungle mock, it's so awesome to have. Oh my days. This is the only set you can get this particular figure in. You can get the the 41st Elite thingy in the droid gunship. We only get one there, so. On the legs, so awesome. The amount of detailing and printing LEGO has really tried. It's clear that, LEGO knows that most people are now buying their clones, custom things online, which is really good, high quality. So that's why they're really trying to up the ante with their figures. So the printing is intense. I mean, look at all this. This is incredible. This is awesome. It is just so cool. It is unbelievable. You know, easy one of the best sets of this entire way, and one of the best battle packs of all time. Debatably the best. I'm not sure if it's the best, but that's definitely an argument to be had in the comments. Please like this video. Please leave in the comments if you think this is the best battle pack of all time. I'm not sure it's the best, but we'll see. So awesome. So one you are so gonna get like a bunch of this battle pack and just stick them, you know, in any sort of mocks, stop motions you're doing on these jungle planets, you know. Just awesome. Awesome, you know, you got the green visor, all that. That is incredible. Technically it didn't exist, however, nonetheless I'm so glad they could put it in because it is so awesome. It's ridiculous. This is intense. My word. It does come with the normal head that we've been getting since, you know, 2013. So that is awesome. Let's add more. It's just so cool. You're getting printing all over the helmet. Well, above the back. All over the front, I mean. So this is just really, really cool. Just incredible. That is awesome. I mean, what does it say about this clone trooper, really? Comparing to one that got on Clone Turbo Tank, the normal Phase 2 one, she's the same printing except just in the camo. You know, I mean, the arms are slightly more pale than the actual torso. They're not skin colour, they're just more, I don't know what they are really, they're sort of greyish, pale thing. Same as the legs. So yeah. Also, we get the new gun. Yeah, I did show this in the Death Star Troopers and the Utapau Troopers backpack. We'll show it again. The good guys have a blue one, because they are the good guys. Blue stud, basically, very simple. They're just a couple of pieces, you just put them together. And then, well, you know, I think you can work out how it goes out. You push this down, which pushes this up, pushing the stud out. They do come out quite fast. In fact, I think it's a really good play feature, but I much rather the old ones just because they are more accurate. Yeah, it's a good play feature, and it's awesome if you're, you know, fairly young, but, you know, I'm 16, and so I more want to use these for, like, mocks, stop motions and things, so it's not particularly good for me. But nonetheless, you can, so if you just push it down, see, push it down, oh, hang on, slightly hard to, because it's so small. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Now I know what you're thinking, you know, those studs are obviously very small, they're like the smallest pieces, well maybe not the smallest, but very small pieces, and you're almost definitely going to lose them if you keep flicking them. Well, Lego's thought of this, so they've given you 10, that is including the ones actually in the blasters now, by the way. They've given you 10 of these studs, so yeah, so at least 2 per person, so that's awesome. Technically though, you do get an 11th, because you do get one spare piece, like one of them spare, so you get 11. So yeah, so it's funny that you get 10, like, or no, 6 spare, and then you get a spare, so, apparently. But that's still nonetheless cool, but I prefer the old ones. But this is so awesome, it's ridiculous. My word. This is really, really cool. It really is. This is the only set you can get it in, but, you know, it's the best set. You know. This is really cool. This guy is ridiculously awesome. I'm so going to get an army of him. So, yeah, now on to the 41st Elite Court Troopers. These ones we actually did see in the Battle of Kashyyyk. They are like the early version of Scout Troopers. Let's just take off their blasters. You get 2 of each, by the way. 2 of each soldier. Yeah. Now, a lot of people have commented about the visor not being like big enough, or maybe being a bit too big or bulky. I don't know. Yeah, I personally think it should be like to the edges. So yeah, but you know, that's fine, I suppose. You know, it's fine the way it is. It's still really cool. Right, so the printing actually is different on these two. I mean, the legs are a completely different colour, so the arms and everything, really. You know, Lego really has tried. It's ridiculous. My word. So that is awesome. This is all really cool. You know, I can't wait to see a bunch of these guys in Kashyyyk mocks, because I just know it will, you know. This is really awesome. You know, this is basically the earlier version of a Scout Trooper. You have the camera all round. This is a new mold. By the way, I did do a bit of a review of this in the, what was it called? Droid Gunship. However, you know, I'll do it again for those who haven't seen that. This is so cool. I can't stress. I mean, everyone thinks this is really cool anyway. You know, when we first saw the pictures before we got the sets, everyone was saying it's going to be so cool anyway. I mean, look at all, like, you know, the ridges and, you know, things in the helmet. Oh, my word. And obviously they have the same head. So awesome. Those pouches got everything. My word. Even the printing in here, it's awesome. Compared to a Scout Trooper's head, or helmet, you know, you can see some striking differences. The visor doesn't come out as far on the new one, and it's more sort of defined, and it's just awesome, really. Just awesome. The new one seems a bit more boxy, seems a bit more square, you know. So yeah, but that's alright. So that is awesome. Actually, comparing the torso printing, can see the similarity with the pouches and things. Obviously, I definitely prefer the Kashyyyk ones, you know, massively. They are really cool. Yeah, and then you have like the green visor. But yeah, so there you go. It's awesome to have this guy. He is so incredible. It's ridiculous. And you do see sort of the legs go into the belt. This guy, you know. I mean, this and the YouTube battle pack, I'm gonna get so many of. You know, I mean, the 2013 Clone Battle Pack I got 6 of, which is the most amount of one set I've ever got. I'm probably gonna try and get literally as much as possible. Like any spare money, really. So yeah. But these guys, whoa, these guys are awesome. But yeah, that's them, and you get 2 of each, you know, type of clone, which just makes it so much better. The fact you get 2 of each, makes it so much easier, just like the Unibot Power Pack, to get these guys. And you know, what does that say? I just can't wait to see a bunch of guys, you know, with Command Degree, Phase 2 Command Degree, just leading them. Doesn't that look awesome? You know, man, all these guys in formation. Yeah. I now actually have 3 of these guys, because I've obviously got 2 from the Battle Pack, and I got 1 from the Droid Gunship. But obviously we're getting a lot more by getting a lot of this set. Right, so, onto the actual set, this Swamp Speeder. Yeah, so, you know, it's quite small. It's my hand. Yeah, it's quite small. Underneath you have these clear tiles. That's cool. Cool to have. Quite a few of these, you know, that's like 6 or whatever. You know, just slide along, because it is meant to hover. We do see some out of Kashyyyk. Obviously it's not size accurate, this particular one. But the 2010 one, that was size accurate. We do see that in Kashyyyk. If you notice, right, in that scene where the clone turbo tank was rolling along, if you actually look to the sides of it, you see a bunch of different vehicles. For example, you see the Swamp Speeder, you see the fighter tank, Republic fighter tank, I think you see some ATAPs, some Bark Speeders, and just some awesome sets like that. So yeah. Right, so it is pretty small. Obviously, it's not size accurate. Now, technically, it doesn't have any guns. The only guns it's meant to have are in these slots. By the way, I think these are new peg pieces. And we see, actually, this is like the third set or fourth we've seen him in this line. I remember we saw him GeneralJSmith wheel bike, and then maybe a couple of others, which I've forgotten. But, you know, these are new peg pieces, so that's awesome. I love the way they sort of incorporate this droid body. You know, kind of inventive. Now, you get 4 guns, and you also get 4 troopers. So I put each gun with 1 troop, each gun with 1 trooper, yeah. Which makes sense. But apparently 2 of them are meant to be driving this, and while they're meant to be driving, it's obviously not going to be holding their guns, so the guns are meant to go here, in these slots. These slots are movable. Oops. Hang on. Okay, these slots are movable, so you can go up 360. Well, not entirely 360 because it sort of gets in the way, but yeah. But there you go. So yeah. Obviously not accurate. Yeah, I'd much rather they actually had their own guns, because that does mean... I mean, I suppose it's not much of a big deal, mainly because I'm not ever going to be using these guns in real things, and I'm not actually going to be using the set in like a real mock. So it's not that much big a deal for me. However, it'd be nice if they had their own guns. Just because that means if you leave it down there, it looks weird without any guns. And even if you put the guns in, it still looks weird, because these guns seem weirdly shaped, sort of bulky, sort of, you know, just not really, just strange. So I wish it came with like their own guns, only little mini guns. That would have been awesome. Fortunately, it didn't. But yeah, you know, I mean, a couple more pieces wouldn't have killed Lego, but they didn't put them in. Right, so they've got these guards in front of them. Obviously, the guys sit there. It's meant to have 2 pilots, apparently. Never really understood that. Never understood why it had to have 2 pilots. One to steer it and one to shoot. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, because the steering wheel, or the guns don't really move. But, whatever. So they're meant to sit there. And these things do move forward. They move fully forward, if you want them to, I suppose. And I assume they're meant to be sort of guards, you know, so that they don't get shot. They're very simply made, you know. Simply add them on. The next feature, this engine does fully move around. It sort of reminds me of those engines, like, you know, those guys who sort of search the swamps, you know, those, I forgot what they're called, but those sort of engines, those hovercraft or whatever, they sort of have engines like these, and that reminds me of it. And it does go fully 360 if you want it to. This is an astromech head, actually. So, yeah, it's cool. Let's put the guys in. As I put the guys in, you may have noticed when I was building this, there was like a bit of a pause. Maybe you did. I'm not sure what it'll look like when I fast forward it. However, the reason there was a bit of a pause, if you noticed it, was because I sort of lost one of the guy's legs. Because I realised I put the legs on the wrong body, because obviously the bodies are different. So I took it off, and as I was taking it off, the legs sort of flung somewhere, and I actually sort of lost them. And I was like, oh gosh, where have I put them? But then I found them. So obviously it's all good now. But that might be why there was a little pause, sort of at the beginning. Anyway, so that's where they are. Obviously their guns are meant to go there. And they're happy, just, you know, sitting there, mind their own business. By the way, this is also a new piece, I think. We've also got this in GeneralJSmith's wheel bike and some other sets. You know. Yeah. This does sort of move if you want it to, but you know, it's limited movement. You can move in this position if you wanted to like here. So not massive movement. It's not really meant to, but yeah. It does slide on, you know, most terrains. See? Pretty slippery. Oh gosh. Yeah. So these things are pretty slippery, especially on like smooth surfaces. So anyway, that's pretty good set. Yeah, so it's kind of small. Not the pieces wise, yeah, it's kind of useful. Some of the pieces here are fairly rare, fairly cool to use, and I suppose are usable. Apart from that though, really I think it's pretty obvious the only reason you'll get this set is going to be for the figures. I mean, the pieces in the actual set are kind of cool, but I think that's the whole reason you're going to get it. So, you know, I think we're all agreed there. That's the whole reason you're going to get a ton of it anyway. But anyway, so Yeah, and they just go along. Yeah. I'm sort of making a little collection of these guns. You could actually make a whole collection just of the guns, because if you're buying multiples of this battle pack and the Utah one, and each one comes with like 4, then you can actually make a whole collection of them. You could probably resell these if you don't want them, which I'm not. Well, you might want to. I don't know. You may like them, you may not. That's just my opinion at the end of the day. But if you don't like them, well, I wouldn't say I don't like them. It's just I like the other ones more. Really, they're not as that useful. They're not really my cup of tea. So you can sort of sell these. I could sell like a bunch of them. Make a massive profit. Well, not massive profit. I'm not sure how many people want to buy them. But anyway, on the instruction manual. The instruction manual was average size, I think. How old is that kid, by the way? I'll be really surprised, because I think we've had this back, the instruction manual, for who knows how many years. Can't remember when we didn't have this back, actually. I would love to know how old that kid is now. Kind of interesting. Alright, so on the set, now I've finally done every single set here. I've even done the exclusives, which aren't on here. So please go check those out. They will be my video history. Huh. Just now I've noticed I've done all the sets. That's just a tick list in the side of each one, which you meant to tick it. So, yeah. So, maybe I'll tick that. All the figures, including the exclusive ones, actually. I now have every single one of these. Obviously, most of them I'll be getting multiples of. I'm getting multiples of them two, multiples of them two. Not really him, but you get the point. Probably multiples of battle droids, because if I get multiples of some of the sets from this line, then I'm probably gonna get multiples of battle droids, because most of them seem to have battle droids in them. If you actually think about it. I mean, look, that particular battle droid came with 4 sets. This one, which is apparently different to this one, don't know how that's different to that, but it is. Oh no, that's the Commander one. I forget. I mean, you get Super Battle Droid in 3 sets. I mean, this is ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. Right, so, and then you get your advertising layer with every instruction manual. Yeah. Apparently you meant to put the guns in for some reason. Yeah, don't hit someone in the face with it. I don't think that's much of an issue, because yeah, they do go kind of fast. However, to be honest, they're really small. Even though the reason they go so far is because they're really light, but they're pretty weak. They're not really massively. I suppose if you got someone directly in the eye, it might hurt, but it's not like a massive thing. It's not like some of the other missiles we've been getting. And you can spin this round. It doesn't actually mention the fact you can spin the engine round, the whole thing. It just sort of mentions the fact you can spin this. So you can, if you really want to. I assume it's meant to spin when it's moving. Yeah. So that's it. So I suppose it'd be nice if we got a set that was actually useful. But I can live with that. For the figures, I can live with that. Box, average size. Battle pack size. I'd say about that. We don't get any figures on the top. Instead, we get these blaster. So you can see 10 extra there, even though you do get technically 11. So you get a spare. So, yeah. There you go. That's the art, whatever. In the corner there, you can spin it. Different car missiles. Yeah. Apparently, there's a whole bunch there in the corner. So yeah. Got limit to go there. That's cool. And this is the action shots. So yeah. So I suppose that's it then, guys. Nothing more to say. That is more or less every set from the winter line. Now, the Mike Fighters, as I said at the beginning, can you please leave in the comments if you want me to do the Mike Fighters? I wasn't going to. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. I mean, there's 5 I don't have, and that would come to about £40, I think. Or no, 45, I forget. But, I mean, so with £45 isn't a ridiculous amount, compared to other sets. For example, the Droid Gunship and the, I forget the other one, Republic Cannon was £45. So I could get a whole nother one of them just for buying all the microfighters. But really I want to save up and keep them for the banner pack, because I definitely want a lot more of. really. That's the whole issue. I mean, leave in the comments if you want to do them, and I may consider them if like it's popular demand, but other than that, I doubt I'll do it, which means this will probably be the last review from the winter line, which means I won't be getting any more new sets then until obviously the summer line, which will be getting the really big ones and the really cool ones. I mean, ones I'm very excited to see are the, obviously, Star Destroyer, AT-AT, I don't know. I'm curious to see what the Ghost is going to be like from Star Wars Rebels. There's also another set I really wanted. I've forgotten what it's called. It'll come to me later. Yeah. But anyway, so that is it then. That is it. I've done every single set, every single system set. Really, everyone cares about. Please go check back on my channel for every single set, and also check back when I do my Let's builds, which is my speed builds of some of those sets. And yeah, so that is it then. For the rest of the year, I will be obviously doing the same thing I did last year, uploading videos like my special, classic reviews. I don't know. I'll obviously be getting some other sets as well, maybe some others that I don't have from other years. Who knows? Hopefully I will. And just things like that. Yeah, so that is it then. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed me reviewing the entire line. I definitely enjoyed doing it. I definitely enjoyed being one of the first people to get them. That's never happened to me. It's never in my entire life happened where I've actually got them before David Hall or like the Americans. I learnt, by the way, that it will be coming out in March in America, and I thought, whoa, that is bad. That is really bad. March. I mean, March is like halfway to summer. So basically, the Americans will be getting the winter line halfway to summer. So, yeah. So that's kind of ridiculous, but, sorry about that. But anyway, so that is it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like down below. Please leave a comment. Please leave feedback on anything you want. Any questions you have, I will answer them. And yeah. And obviously, please subscribe to my channel to see more reviews and just a bunch of other things I do. Check out the playlists and check out all the things I'm on. For example, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Flickr. And yeah, so I will see you next time. Who knows what the next video will be? I don't know. But I'll think of something. So I'll see you then. This is GeneralJSmith signing off until the summer. So, bye troops.